Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM. Sarah McMillan, the president of Gawler and Districts Softball, is on the line to tell us everything we need to know from the association. Great to have you back again, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a great week and, ready for the next one. Fingers crossed.
Glad to hear it, and very exciting. The Gawler and Districts Softball Association website has got all the fixtures, all the results and all the ladders up on the website now.
Yes, very exciting. We can see it at the drop of a hat now.
Very good, and let's get into all the action from the weekend that was and the weekend that lies ahead, and we'll start with the under-14s, and I've got the ladder here in front of me, and the Giants undefeated at 5-0. They are going along very, very nicely. Unfortunately, the Kangas and Trinity have had a couple of forfeits each, so not everyone has played as many games, but the Giants looking like the team to beat there, and the Kangas weren't able to do it on the weekend because it was unfortunately a forfeit, so another win for the Giants heading into their bye week. But it's the Kangas versus Trinity this weekend in the under-14s.
Yes, I think Kangas have got a good chance to come up and get a game in and get some play time in. And Trinity as well. Trinity need a bit of play time together as a team because they're good on paper. They've got some good players and they've got some good first timers. Playing together as a team is what makes it a game, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. So they need some more team time and work out how we can play.
Trinity chasing their first win, so that one should be a good game. Hopefully everyone is able to get on the park and have a game, and hopefully Trinity are able to put some runs on the board and try and make up some of that deficit. Let's move to the under-17s, where it's the Kangas who are undefeated on top of the ladder, Giants and Trinity following behind them. So Kangas looming as the team to beat, and well, they had a very, very close encounter on the weekend gone. It was 12-10 over the Giants, a nice high-scoring game. Yes,
and a very, very close game all the way through. Very exciting. Giants started off with a big runs coming in. While I think they caught Kangas off guard a little bit when they started off and got 6 runs in until Kangas sort of picked up their game a little bit, realised what they were dealing with, and got some outs, and then followed it up with 7 runs for themselves. And then, they managed to get themselves out and 7 runs. So, it changed over, and Giants went hard again, but only come home with 4 runs, and Giants needing, was it 5 to win? And that's what they took out with.
Okay, so that was last weekend. Kangas managed to stay undefeated. Very, very good effort by them. And they're in action again this weekend against Trinity, who are still looking for their first win.
Yes, I think that is the same as the under-14s. They've got some really good players in Trinity. We just need to see them play and see them play together as a team. But the Kangas are looking strong out there, but you can catch them off guard. You never know what can happen on the weekend.
All right, let's get into the seniors now, and we'll start in the Div 2s. Plenty of good action on the weekend just gone. Kangas and the Giants, a very, very close one here. Kangas prevailing 8-7.
Another real close, tight game, and tight all the way. It's literally run for run, which is just... it's just nail-biting. Yeah, that's what sitting on the fence is all about, because you're stuck halfway. You're sitting on the edge of your seat rather than the fence. Just to watch the whole through.
Oh, very good. A nice thriller there.
Strong play, strong batting, strong fielding, holding them off, batting them on. Very tight all the way through.
Well, I'm not surprised because the Kangas and the Vikings are sitting first and second on the ladder. They're looking like the two powerhouses in Div 2, just the 1 loss each. So not really a surprise to see them playing out a nice tight game.
Yes, always great to watch a tight game like that. And then just to follow it all the way through the season and see how they're still keeping up with it. They're not dropping off either side.
And in our next game, it was Two Wells taking on the Blue Jays. Blue Jays prevailing in that one 17-7. So a good win for them, just their second of the year. Two Wells, unfortunately, still searching for their first win, but a great effort by the Blue Jays to put that many runs on the board.
Yes, they've put together a very strong team this week, and Two Wells didn't let them get themselves down, but they fought hard got a couple of runs in, but just couldn't keep up with the team this week.
All right, so that is the action from Div 2 gone on the weekend. Let's have a look forward to this coming weekend, and we'll start with the Blue Jays taking on the Vikings. So Blue Jays will have their work cut out for them there against the Vikings, who they've probably got top spot on the ladder in their sights.
Yes, it's a very hard game to call on this one. I think Blue Jays can really do it. Like this last week, they really put in a hard game and got a number of runs, quite a few runs. And the Vikings can do the same, so I think it'll be one of those close games like they've just had against Kangas.
And the Kangas are on the bye this week, which means our other game is the Giants taking on Two Wells.
Yes, this should be an interesting game. Two Wells they're plugging a bit behind, but I reckon they're building up every week. They're getting stronger and stronger every week, working out their teammates and working out their plays. So I think they're in with a chance, but as you can see, the Giants are dominating. You never know. This could be the game. This will be the one.
You never know. You've got to come out to every single game with that same attitude that you're coming in to win. Otherwise, you've lost before you even step on the park. So no doubt they'll be eager to come out and put their best performance of the season out on the diamond. Let's get into the Div 1s and a couple of, not so tight games on the weekend just gone. Two Wells going down to the Blue Jays 8-3. So a nice convincing win there for the Blue Jays, keeping them second on the ladder.
Yes, this one started out as a tight game, and each team getting a couple of runs in the first innings. Then it sort of just got out of reach for the next innings. But Blue Jays got a few extras in, and Two Wells got out there on the diamond, but left them all out there on the bases instead of coming home. And then the final innings, Blue Jays had a number of really great placed hits. They were just brilliant hits. So they were really great to watch.
This is the one that's really caught my eye. The Kangas beat the Vikings 12-2, and the Vikings are sitting on top of the ladder at 5-2 for the season. Kangas at 4, 1 draw and 2 losses. So those top three teams very, very tight, but the Kangas able to get what might be seen as a bit of an upset win here.
Yeah, so that game started out really tight as well. Like both teams couldn't get a run in the first innings. All very quick outs, very fast innings. Vikings got those couple of runs in, and then they just couldn't hang on to the Kangas. They just ran with it. Basically, they literally ran with it.
Quite literally ran with it. Very good. So the Kangas, before that game, they actually had a negative for and against run differential. So they're back in the positive now after that effort. And the Vikings, 58 runs for, only 31 against for the year. So obviously going into the game, they were 56 for and only 19 against. So 19 runs really in their first 6 games. Yeah, only conceded 19 in 6 games and then 12 in 1 game. So a massive, massive effort for the Kangas there.
Yes, it was. And a great game to watch. Just you could see them building, and then, couldn't catch them.
All right, well, the Kangas are back in action this week, and they'll be taking plenty of confidence into their match. They're taking on Two Wells, who will be certainly hoping to keep them under 12 again.
Yes, Two Wells. This might be our game as well. We didn't win on the weekend, but we're also building slower and slower. Well, not slower and slower. Slowly we're building harder and harder. And yes, this could be our game to take out Kangas, I believe.
Absolutely, it could be. Like we said before, you've got to show up, you've got to have the right mindset, and you just never know when the opportunity is going to present. So that one's going to be a good game, good opportunity for Two Wells to, get a good win on the board. So that is the Kangas taking on Two Wells. Final game for the day, the 4 o'clock time slot, we'll see the Blue Jays taking on the Vikings in Div 1. So top of the table clash here, 5 wins taking on 4 wins and a draw, and the Vikings will no doubt be looking to get back on the winners list.
Haven't really seen them come off of a big loss like this, so it could go either way. They could come back twice as hard, or they might still be a little bit down in the dumps. I'm not sure how they roll this way. So but Blue Jays will be fighting hard because they're up there. They're up there with the win, and also just they want to play hard against the Vikings. I feel there's a little bit of rivalry there, and they're ready to go for it.
All right, you beauty. It's going to be a very good round of softball in Gawler and Districts softball. Now, Sarah, how many more weeks have you got before the Christmas break? There's this weekend. Do you have another week of action next weekend?
Yes, we've got 2 more to go. The 16th is our final game for the year, and then we're back on the 6th of January.
All right, you beauty. Well, then, in that case, we will be chatting again next week, previewing that last game before Christmas. Looking forward to that, Sarah. Thank you again for coming on and giving us that update. All the best for you and for everyone in Gawler and District softball this weekend.
Thank you very much. We're just hoping this weather holds out and we get these games in without a massive downpour, but we should be good. We're all good.
Fingers crossed. It's nice and sunny. The forecast isn't looking amazing, but we'll have our fingers crossed for you, Sarah.
Thank you very much. Speak to you next week.